Hi guys, today we're going to do tarot cards and how to read them and what the secrets are and how easy they can be. Tarot cards today. Now the deck that I have you guys learn with is the Rider deck. It's one of the oldest decks out there. The cards, when Mr. Rider had his artist design the cards, he had a purpose for them. So each card has different reasons. So we have, like, you have wands, but what you can write down is wands equals clubs in a real deck of cards. Now we have higher arcana and we have lower arcana. The lower arcana is the mundane earthly cards, what you do, like how it's telling you to act with earth. The higher arcana cards are how spirit is kind of talking to you. So we'll talk about those in a sec. So now what you have, so we have the wands, which are clubs, we have the cups, which are hearts. Okay, pentacles. So pentacles are like the little stars, the money looking things. Now these are diamonds in a real deck of cards. And then what we have are the swords, which then are spades. Okay, now if we were going to look, okay, so the ace, so we have an ace, okay, and then if we were going to, so it's a sword, but if we were going to sort them, so just give me a second, I'm just gonna, there's a few cards here that I just want to find. So Queen, King, the Fool is the Joker. Okay. Now I just want to find, don't care which ones. You're going to have 4 of each. So we have the page, and all I look for is just the knight. The knight. Okay. So in a real deck of cards, what we have is the Jack, the Queen, and the King. So we have the Knight, the Queen, and the King. And then all your other cards are ace through to come back to the Jack. Now, they're all in Roman numerals. Okay? So you want to look to see on the chart of what Roman numerals are, like the I is 1, 2 I's is 2, 3 I's is 3, the I before the V is 4, the V is 5, and then it goes 6, 7, 8, so it's the I after kind of thing, and then 1 before 10, and a 10 is an X. Okay. Now, the difference is in this deck of cards for the lower arcana, you have also a page. So a page is just before the knight, then you have the queen and the king. Now, if you think about cards, yes, everybody has books, right? Rider deck has books. You have all kinds of books on tarot cards. I have a book that I got from Chapters the other day, or now it's called Indigo, 365 different tarot cards, one for each day. So meaning different ways to play the game. Okay. So all I'm saying here is that the real deck of cards, we all play with all the time. All right. Now, in the higher deck, you're going to see that there's all kinds of them, and most of them all have wording on the bottom. Just remember, if it has wording on the bottom and it's not a knight, a queen, a king, or a page, then you know it's a higher arcana. Okay, so now it's a spiritual card. If it's anything to do with a real deck of cards, now the Fool is actually the higher arcana. It's the only higher arcana card that was brought into the normal deck of cards, which is of course the Joker, right? Okay, so all the rest of the cards are filling into the one, you know, the 1 through 9 kind of thing to get to the, well, the page. So it goes 9, then it goes page, knight, queen, king. Okay, So, now, in tarot, there are lots of decks. This deck here, to me, because it's one of the oldest, I like it, but doesn't mean the person can't learn any decks. There's another deck here that I have that is also done up on the same kind of content as the rider, but all the pictures are different. So the names are all similar, but the pictures are all different. Okay? So whatever deck of cards you decide to choose is up to you. Now, there are many, probably hundreds, maybe even thousands of different decks of cards out there. Now, the difference between a tarot deck and oracle cards, okay? So oracle cards come in many different forms. An oracle card means you pick one card and you read it, and that's the information for the day, okay? So an oracle card, I've never used them for playing games, maybe there is, but they're meant for inspiration, and they're meant for picking a card for the day. And then it has usually a little information for you kind of on it. And then there's usually a little book that comes with it that you can read. So yours, if we look yours up, sure. It does say peace, right? There we go. Okay, so you go ahead and read that. Yeah, so there are, now there's thousands of different oracle cards out there. There's beautiful, beautiful oracle cards that a person can have. I have many myself that are just fun, and I have them by my clients so that they can pick them up, that kind of thing. Cards will give us a symbol, but if somebody wants a yes-no answer, I lots of times then go back to the pendulum, and again, I hold it with the 3, and then if you know your yes, if you know your no, my yes is a straight line, I'm gonna make it obvious, and my no is a circle, okay? So those I still use too when I do tarot. Different people's beliefs, different ways that people present themselves, you know, how cards are supposed to be. That would be like anything. It's your ambiance. It's your decision of how you want to present the cards. Some people believe that you're not allowed to touch the cards, only I can touch the cards, because if you touch them, they get contaminated. Other people believe, you know, that you shake them up. I have a belief that you shake them up. Okay, so with it, to me, I don't care. A lot of that stuff is whatever we believe. But if I believe it, then it's true. Now the other thing is too, is no matter who's in the room while the tarot cards are being dealt, the cards only mean the significance to whoever the reader is. So if you were reading me and I know how to do tarot, it doesn't matter what I think that card means, it means what you think it means. So with it now, how to teach a person to read tarot, instead of just reading books and trying to memorize everything the book says, there's a lot simpler way. All right. So the first thing is I'm going to show you a card. I don't care if it's upside down or not, okay? Your object is to just notice one thing. The first thing that you notice no matter what. First thing was? Doesn't matter what it was. Go back. Go back. Doesn't matter if it's a color, a symbol.
It was like a symbol.
What was it?
I don't know, a clock or something?
A clock. Okay, that's okay. It doesn't matter what it was. I'll show you the card again in a second. So what would a clock represent to you?
Time.
Time. Okay, what does time represent to you?
Patience.
Okay, patience is good. No, that's a good one. So everything you want to come to some kind of emotion. Okay, so that clock then would matter. It doesn't matter what the book says. It doesn't matter what I think it says. It just matters what you noticed, okay, when you're the reader. All right, so same thing. I'm going to show you a card really quickly. First thing that you notice.
was like a bird.
A bird. What does a bird mean to you?
Free spirit.
Okay, good enough. Now, for those that are watching this, if you're also looking at the cards, and I'll the next few cards I'll kind of show to the camera too, so that you guys can see it better. It doesn't matter what she sees. When I'm teaching a class, I might have a class of 20 people. Somebody notices something different. It doesn't matter what other people see. It all matters what the reader sees and what they sense with it, okay, and what it means to them, because then it's like the intuition information is coming down through you and then out, okay? All right, so first thing.
A cave.
A cave, okay. What would a cave mean?
Depression.
Depression, all right. Okay, next one.
Queen.
Okay, what would a queen represent? First thing, don't think about it. Just the first thing that comes. Doesn't matter how stupid, how silly. First thing.
Having everything.
Okay, good. All right, so shake it up again. So now when doing a reading, there's so many games that you can play with tarot, okay? Like there's many games. So with it, some people, like this weekend, when I'm at the holistic fair, I'm going to do one card for $5. So meaning a person can have a one card reading if they want, or they could have whatever they want, but it's $5 a card. All right, so what that means is that I would say to the client, have an intent. So I want you to have an intent. I'm gonna do a reading for you, okay? But it's a one card reading. So have some thought. If you have an issue that you want fixed, if you have a wish that you want to come true, or a dream, or I don't care what it is, whatever thought, but have one intent. Okay, now, because I kind of just believe a person can pick a card. Okay, so now with it, now I don't have an upside down belief system, because when I do cards, when they're upside down, I turn them upright, but I do sometimes a positive negative card to it. So in this case, okay, so this is the Lover's card, so it's a spiritual card, okay? So first thing on here, when I seen it, even upside down, I seen it was the Lover card. So to me, that's two people that are, well, lovers, that two people that are connected somehow. Now what I can do is look into the card a little bit more, because the card just gives me the first thought, the first where I'm going with this kind of thing. So the Lovers. Now if I look at the card a little bit better, okay, so it is a spiritual being between the two, and there's a mountain. Okay, so it is possible, I don't know why, but it's just the words that are coming. So with you and your partner, there's a spiritual being in between you. In a weird way, that could be me. So meaning you're taking a lot of my classes and a lot of my new belief systems and changing. So you're changing. So the mountain, because there's a mountain there means that there's a little bit of a problem going on. Now, the problem, though, has green grass below it, okay? Green grass means that it can grow. So meaning you can fix this if you choose to. Now, on the one tree, okay, the growth is quite there. On the other tree, there's flames and all that too. So flames, when I said it, the word that comes to my mind, so there could be arguments, but there can be growth. So meaning a person can grow from this experience. So even though you're shifting and you're changing, doesn't mean it has to be a separation or an issue or a problem. What it means is the other person also has to decide to shift or not shift. And that's up to them. We can't change somebody else. We can only change ourselves. So now this time, we're going to do a 3-card spread, okay? So you're going to give me 3 cards, and it's going to be past, present, and future.
Okay.
Now, all we have to do is remember what the card meant. So I said past, present, and future. Now, in most readings, a person really wants guidance and direction, okay? Many clients, they'll want proof. So the first card is your past, okay? So past, to me, what that card means, and I'm flipping it my way so I can see it better, is, okay, wands to me is communication, okay? But you're guarded. You've been beaten up a little, you're on guard, you're healthy and everything, but you're kind of, it's like you're tired. You're done. You know, it's like, I don't want to fight anymore. I'm done. Okay. So that's past. Now here's present. Okay. But now you're confused. You don't know which way to go, and you don't know how to juggle the pros and cons and all that stuff. The waves on the bottom means there's turbulence, and you're trying, but it's not easy at the moment. But now here's future. Now future, what I want to say, future card only means something if you don't change anything in your life. So the path that you're on at the moment, if you don't change, is this card. But in the Bible it says, ask and you shall receive. It does not say that we're not allowed to change paths. And nobody says how many paths do we have. We could actually pendulum to find out. So paths right now, you have 1, 2, okay, you have 3. So you have 3 paths. Pick me 2 more cards. Okay, so we're just going to put them this way just so that they're easy. So this is the one that you're on right at the moment, but there are 2 more paths if you choose that this is not the path that you want. Okay, because we don't know what card it is, but this is the path of the second that you're on. Okay. So this card can mean all kinds of things. It does not have to mean death. It is a 4. 4 in the Chinese belief system is not a good number. Okay, but maybe you're sleeping and meditating on something. Maybe you're just, okay, maybe it is that, and right now the path you're on is not good. Okay, but we have 2 more paths. Which one do you want to next choose? Okay, so the next choice is the Devil card. It can mean all kinds of things too. It does not have to be bad.
It looks evil.
Well, it just looks like you're tied to evil at the moment. So, in a weird way, I guess we could say if you are deciding what you want, we'll find out more what this means in a second. Okay, you ready for the next one? Let's see what this one says. Oh, that one's not so bad. No, he's like a judge, the Hierophant. He's like the high priest kind of thing. He's the one that can bless you, that can do all kinds of things. That's way better than the other 2 choices at the moment. Okay, so now I want to know. I want to know who this is about, what this path is about. I want you to think of a person, because you're tied, right? And because it's the same kind of lover, the lover card one, I just want you to, I don't care who you think about, don't tell me who it is. I want you to think about somebody at the moment. I want to know if this person is actually, think of somebody. No, whoever that was is not who you're tied to. Think of another person. Yes, who's that? Who was that? Whoever the second thought was. Who was the second person?
Well, that was an ex-boyfriend.
Interesting. Okay, so the ex-boyfriend is causing you some issues.
Oh yeah, totally, without a doubt, because he wasn't.
Okay, so this one here is ex-boyfriend stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now this path that you're on, let's find out the good of it. You're going to pick a card, and we're going to find the good. So we'll put this card here, and we're going to find the negative. So let's say if you stay on the path that you're on, the negative of this card is a little bit of a loner. You're going to be a little bit by yourself, but you're going to be enlightened. But you're going to be alone. Okay, here's the good to it.
That's fine.
No more sleepless nights and no more fighting. Okay. Now, we can play this all kinds of ways, right? So meaning, what did I say to begin with? A person comes in for guidance and direction. All right. Right now, we know what path you're on. We know this one here is not okay, so we're not going to go back into that energy. We don't know for sure what this means. And it just said right at the moment you have 3. But really you have many, 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 many. So with it, though, you'd have to majorly change to get different paths. So major change means more education. It can mean, to some people, that's a move. Some people, that means a divorce. Some people, that means having a baby. Like, there are many, many things that make a very huge difference in our lives. A new business, all kinds of things, right? So it just means that at the second, even though this is the path you're on, there are a couple others. So let's find out a good and a bad to this one. So you're gonna pick that. This one here, we're not even gonna bother with.
That's good.
So this is good, this is bad?
Yeah.
Okay. So the good of this is you don't have to sneak around. You don't have to worry again about the actions that you're doing or how you're doing it. And the bad is that financially you're gonna have to be dependent on yourself. Okay. Now, with it, there's all kinds of questions in my mind that are happening. Like, there's a client has all kinds of stuff. Now, in here, I didn't actually have you have an intent. I just did the past, present, and future. I just did your energy at the moment. There is a way that a person could do past, present, intent, and future with intent. Okay, so all that means is, though, is that we had another way to do the game. Now, usually what I do for people is an 11 card spread and plus some negatives to them. All right, so we're going to do an 11 card spread. So what you're going to do is pick a card, and this card is how people see you, okay? Actually, they see you as a magician. They see that you can actually do anything that you want. All right. Now the next card is the real you. The Hermit. Quiet. But enlightened. But this is now the real you. I undo it, sorry for me. Okay, now this is the next card is how your friends and family see you. Okay. Starting new things, financially starting a new life. That kind of thing. So they see you as new beginnings. Aces are always like new beginnings. Okay, this is how your past was the last year. Yeah, we kind of already knew that one. All right, now this is the future card that it's going to give you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so still juggling. All right, she's still keeping her cards. Now, how this one works a little differently is we have wishes, dreams, and desires. Wishes, dreams, desires. Okay. All right. Then what we have now, 3 or 4 cards, I don't care which you pick. These are how Spirit is going to help you.
Oh God, please help me.
Okay. So now we can't really change the real us. Okay. This just means that you are more of a private person. You don't need a lot of friends. You actually enjoy your time by yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, other people actually think you can create and magically do things. And that's fine too. If that's how they see you, great. Your friends and family think that you're trying new things, that you're going places and you're doing things, and materialistically you're going to have to figure out, you know, how you're going to do money and all that, because Pentacles is materialistic, Wands is communication, Cups is emotion, and Swords are action. Okay, so now your wishes, though, so this is how the future is at the moment, but your wishes, well, the wishes now, the devil, like I said, does not have to be a negative card, okay? So with it, if we take this up as a wish, okay, so if I think of a wish, so that, you know, the first words, I have to always go back with the first words. Now think about this. So Lucifer was an angel that had fallen. Okay, so what if you're an angel that had fallen and now you're getting your wings back? Right? What if that card means that the materialistic life isn't, the relationships that you've had is not what you want, and now you're ready to fly again? Okay? Now, wishes, dreams, desires, I think I said. So we'll go with dreams. Okay, so dreams, now she's a queen, so meaning if you think about the wording of a queen, I mean, she's quite well off, she's quite powerful. The cup that she's holding means that she's emotionally balanced too. And so with it, your dreams is to be that, to be balanced, have money, be successful. Now your desires, okay, is actually a family card. To me, what she is, the Empress, to me, she's pregnant, she's a female, she's all the things of a female, like all the wonderful things of a female. So those are your desires. Okay, now, how Spirit is going to help you. Now, these are wishes, dreams, and desires. Okay, this is the path that you're on, but these are your, I'm going to say your secrets. These are the things that are in your soul. These are the things that are in your subconscious mind. These are your wishes, kind of wants, desires for future. Okay, so even though this is the path, this doesn't mean what I have to listen to, because as a reader, my job is to help guide you and direct you. So the job then is to get the wishes, dreams, and desires to start becoming reality. Okay, now how Spirit's going to help you. Go ahead, turn it over. Okay, Spirit's going to help you by stop fighting. No more fighting. No more arguments. No more having to defend yourself. Okay.
All the time.
Okay. Spirit, no. This is just because it's a death card. Death card means new beginnings.
Oh.
Right? Every death has a new beginning. If the leaves fall off of a tree, they grow next year. And the tree is more beautiful than it was the year before. Okay. Next one. Okay. King of Pentacles. Now, of course, this kind of means getting somebody who's stable, has money, and can help you do all the dreams that you want. And next one. Oh, in the world. See, you can have everything you want. It's a wonderful card. It's, to me, there's two cards in here, the star card and this one, and to me they're like the lotto cards. They're like anything can happen. All right. So, we're recapping. Now, depending on the cards and how they play, I might do positive, negatives if I need to know more information of how to make it work. Your cards are actually quite simple, so I think that we're going to keep it just as it is. We already know this because we've already talked about it in the other games. So, we already know your true you, that's fine. Your family and friends don't actually have bad thoughts about you. These thoughts are just that you're starting over, you're starting new, and really, that can be wonderful. Spirit's there to help you. So part of your goal, now this is what I want you to write down. Okay, so this is some direction and guidance, because this comes now from the heavens. So if you think about this, think about two. Okay, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heaven cards. Okay, so you have 6 higher arcanas. These are 6 cards that are trying to help you from the heavens. And 6 is just before 7. 7 is spirituality. So 6 means that you're very close to your spirituality growth. Now, in here for direction, 1, the first words that come is I'd like you to meditate on your lotto, meaning everything in your goals, your dreams, your bucket list. Concentrate on those. Okay. No matter if it's a person you're with or if it's a new person, there's going to be a man in your life that's going to be able to help you with your foundation and help you become these things that you want, that these wishes, dreams, desires. Okay. And now, in a way, you have 2 new beginning cards, right? Ace is a new beginning, Death card is a new beginning. You have new beginnings. You're definitely on your path to a new beginning. Okay, now this time the question that I have back is, what did you hear? Yep, what did I just say? What did you hear?
I'm on my path. That I may have to eliminate some things and switch some things around, figure it out.
Okay.
And then perhaps maybe the person that I'm with might be able to help me.
Yes.
Or somebody totally that won't cause so much chaos, which in turn makes me think of the ex-boyfriend. Because I can't even control that. Like, I don't know, I was fine, and then lately it seems like his little voice comes in my head and he's like
Subconscious.
and then it just disappears. And then a while later, like not the same day, but a few days later or whatever, his voice will just come into my mind again.
Okay.
And I don't know why.
Well, subconscious does a lot. Your memories and your emotions of your past do
Why
dictate
are they coming
us.
forward now?
Because you're changing. You're changing new paradigms. You're changing new beliefs. You're shifting the old neurons, the brain cells. You're shifting.
Because he was an ass. No, I'm not gonna lie. He was.
Okay. So now what happens is direction and like how you're going to focus forward. So what direction did you hear?
Focus on myself.
Focus on yourself, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those on the camera, it doesn't matter what words she has, they're what words she interpreted with it. And as long as they're not negative to me, I don't care. I'm going to leave them exactly what they are. All right, now, do you have questions? Okay, do you need any other guidance with this?
No, I don't think so. It's pretty much straightforward.
Okay. All right. So, what would your next step be? So you can write that down. My next step is first thing.
So, I'll tell you there.
All right. Put it down. Okay. All right. So this then intent, question, whatever would be done, depending on the person. Now, different readings can be all different times. Some people, it's a 5-minute reading, 20-minute reading, half-hour reading, hour-long reading, an hour and a half reading. Really, most people, especially that were coming to me for all these years, all have big issues and they want something cleared. How often would a person do their own tarot? Because you can do your own tarot. It's just sometimes, like if I'm going to do my own tarot, let's just pretend. Okay, so, okay, I have a thought in my head. I'm going to pick a card and it's the Strength. Okay, so Strength, first thing to me means I have the strength within me. It's just the first words that come to my mind. Now, does this give me guidance and direction? Well, it could tell me that I need more strength in myself and just believe that I can master the issue that I have. So she is petting a lion. Now she has the infinity sign, so she has spirituality that's helping her with her problems. So mountains usually mean problems. Every card really is just a symbol, and they just have their own meanings. Now, there's nothing saying that you can't read books and see what they think the cards mean. There's lots of good ideas in those books. But again, make sure that you trust yourself. The colors, right? Like if all of a sudden it was yellow that you've seen, yellow is analytical, orange is anger, white is spiritual, blue is emotional, green is healing. You know, you see growth with the plants and all this. So you can take different aspects of it. You could do the 8. 8 is money. So I could maybe say money's coming, you know, kind of thing. The infinity, it's going to be endless. So with this, we can read ourselves. It's just sometimes we judge ourselves too much too. All right. Now, when I did, you know, like when all this stuff started happening years ago, and then I started studying it, and in the Bible it says, don't go to a soothsayer, fortune teller, blah, blah, blah. All right. So of course, what do? I meditate up, ask God, said, okay, why have these gifts if I'm not allowed to use them? The answer back was, fine. So you come for a reading, and I do your reading, and it comes true. 6 months later, a year later, you come back, and I do another reading, and again it comes true. Well, now I've created a codependent person that wants me to tell them how to live the rest of their life. Okay, that isn't what God wants. God wants to empower people. So of course my question back up to God was going, okay, so what do I do? And I said, teach them to be able to empower themselves. All right. Questions that you have about tarot?
No, just gonna have to read about them and do them and practice, really, right?
Yeah. And there's so many types. Like there's so many different types. And yeah, practice. But practice just doing one card. Mm-hmm. What did I see? Turn it over. What does that mean emotionally? You know, it doesn't matter which card. Pick another card, you know, kind of thing. What did I see? First thing. Okay, I seen wands. What does wands mean? I don't know. He's standing there with 3 wands. Trees, growth, whatever comes to your mind. Okay, I seen the horse, the gray horse. So meaning the horse isn't as bright and happy as it could be. So the horse carries us forward, helps us. So to me, a horse would be, well, in Chinese medicine or in Chinese zodiac, I'm a horse. So maybe I'm not as happy as I could be, you know, that kind of thing. So meaning practice the cards of just noticing the first thing first, then play a game.
Mm-hmm.